She doesn't join yet. Maybe what we can do is move on and then come back. Sure. She joins, okay? So we'll move on to, move that over here. Finance, item 5A, confirm and approve accounts. Okay, I think that might be that one there, right? Thank you. So I'm gonna change that. Resolution 122, 2023. Moved by Councillor Hart, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto, that the payment of accounts is listed on the following payment voucher B and the same is hereby confirmed and approved. Payment voucher number 15, 2023, $27,079.07, and payment voucher number 16, 2023, in the amount of $61,306. This one goes to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All in favor? That goes to Linda, yeah. All in favor? Opposed? And carried. Okay. Okay. Just let me know if Rosalie comes on. Yeah. That all goes to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That all goes over
there.
Yeah.
Number 5B, tourist information appraisal. So that's the Tourist Information Center appraisal that we directed administration to have completed. Do we have any comments on that before we approve? Anyone have any discussion points on that? So it looks like it was, this was an explanation basically of why it was valued at $285,000. I found personally for me, I just found there was a lot of information about Thunder Bay and examples of Thunder Bay real estate, which is not really apples to apples. I did like to see I think it was a Fort Francis Tourist Information Center that was up for sale, but I wasn't sure. I didn't say if it had been sold and if it was for what use or anything like that. So I would like to know that from Mr. Butt, if he has any information on that. There's some suggestions about what the building could be used for, etc. So I think what I would suggest is that we wait until our full council is back, and maybe at the next council meeting we provide direction. But we can approve this if you'd like.
Yeah, I just Kelly had a note that
okay.
That in 2021 the realtor gave a sales price of $440,000. So this is, I think, slightly less.
Yeah, it's a little bit lower. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. There's a breakdown of why, but so yeah, maybe going through it a little bit more, and if there's any more discussion about it.
And we'll have some discussions on it with the region.
Yes, the rest of the council.
Yeah.
And the CAO as well. So resolution number 123-2023, moved by Councillor Hart, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto, that this council hereby accepts the real estate appraisal report prepared by Graydon Butt of the Appraisal Group Thunder Bay, and hereby directs the CAO to begin the sale process of the Tourist Information Center according to the Town of Nipigon's land sale bylaw. So maybe we don't pass this, we don't want him to go ahead quite yet until we have another discussion. Okay, so we're gonna strike that, we're gonna defer that to the next meeting.
Okay.
So we're not gonna have the approval of this and as it's written here.
Yeah.
So we'll defer that to the next council meeting.
Okay.
Okay. 5 C, under finance, grant application update. So we have an update, this is quite a long report here, so I just have to do that and, get to the grant application update. Oh my goodness me.
Thought I was near the end and I was just on part four.
Just, hold on, everybody, we're just trying to get through all the. Okay, I think that was it's on to the next package.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's not even.
It's on the next package, okay, that makes it a little easier. So there was a memo here, we did ask administration for an update on our grant applications thus far, so CEO Packanainen provided a memo here for us. The NOHFC Youth Intern Finance Year 2 has been applied for, and the decision will be made in the next within the next month. The NOHFC internship Year 1 for a special events intern, the application has been moved to stage 2, and expectation is to hear a final decision within the next month, the same as the finance intern. FedNor strategic plan has been, the phase 1 application has been approved, and phase 2 is close to completion, will be submitted this week. Ontario Trillium Foundation Recreational Infrastructure Fund. So we're looking at, he's looking at using that fund for potable water and irrigation system services at the golf course that require extensive improvements and repairs. Looking at a range of between $50,000 and $60,000. So that grant is for a maximum of $150,000. Does anyone have any questions or comments about that? Councillor Sakamoto?
A couple of things. One, I would really like to see the agreement that was made when we took back with the golf course. To see what the arrangement was, what we would do, because they still have members and their membership must pay for certain things as well. Just to make sure that it was agreed that all of these expenses are payable by the town and that it would be a joint venture. That was my one, and if we can apply for more, I recall in our budget meeting that you suggested the rec equipment is eligible for funding, so if we could direct that the rest of the rec equipment be considered under this funding as well.
Yeah. Any comments on?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll direct administration then to provide council with any agreement that the town has with the North Shore Golf Course, just to see what the town is responsible for versus what the golf course is responsible for, the golf club. And then we'd like to see the Trillium OTF grant fully utilized as much as possible. You know, $50,000 to $60,000 is a lot, but like I said, the maximum is $150,000. You don't always want to go for the maximum because it can affect how they, if they award you a grant or not, but I'm sure 20, 30, an extra 30, I know we've gotten $80,000 at least from them before. So I think anything we can put under maybe an umbrella blanket recreation project that would include the golf course and include any recreation items that we can put under there would be great. I mean, why not give it a go?
And Kelly does have a note here as well, stating that North Shore Golf Course urgently needs the water system upgraded due to the quality and the smell.
Yes.
I guess it's quite horrific. The application will be completed and submitted by the end of May. Strategic plan phase 2 will be submitted by the end of the week.
Okay. So the Trillium Foundation too, I think the deadline is June 17th. So if that's something that needs to be immediately done, I don't know, and then that takes 3 months to find out about that funding. So that's through the whole summer. This whole summer will be over before that grant actually comes in. So that's something to consider as well. If it's urgent and they want it done for this season, that's something to consider too. It'll be at least 4 months before something comes in.
Since the Public Works meeting the other week, that there's been an update on the potable water. 'Cause
I think it's on the same issue, because it would have had to come to us, the public, it would have been brought up at Public Works as well.
The irrigation system wasn't talked about at Public Works, it was just the well, and I thought we were looking at just
Yeah.
ways to clean that, flush that out.
Yeah.
These two things seem different.
Okay, so I think what we could do is get,
Linda, your mic's off.
okay. 6B is appointment of clerk, amend bylaw number 1918. This is resolution 123-2023. Moved by Councillor Hart, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto. That leave be given to introduce a bylaw to amend bylaw number 1918 of the Township of Nipigon, appointing Rosalie Evans as clerk for a specific period of time. That the bylaw be read a first and second times, that the bylaw be read a third time, finally passed and numbered bylaw 1922 of the Township of Nipigon. All in favor? Opposed? And carried. Item number 7. We received a letter from a group of concerned citizens, and I will read it aloud here. Just to go through a few things. Okay. So dear Mayor and Council, we are writing you today to inform you of our concerns regarding the Nipigon Water and Sewage Treatment Plant located at the end of Newton Road. For many years, the building has emitted a horrible scent. Many of us cannot enjoy the use of our own backyards when the wind is blowing from the direction of the site. It has often caused the Nipigon River Recreation Trail to be unusable, and at times even the marina itself. Upon further investigation, this is not an issue near sewage facilities and other northern communities surrounding Nipigon. As concerned citizens, we sincerely hope that this issue will be addressed by Mayor, Council, and staff so that it may be rectified as soon as possible. And then we have there's over 25, there's about 30 names on here. So it was signed by about 30 people. So this is clearly an issue.
And it's mostly from the area, and if they had expanded beyond that, I'm sure they would have gotten more signatures.
Yeah. So, do we have any discussion?
I would agree, I've noticed on, the Clearwater Loop Trail usually is the worst. Almost expected, I didn't know there was another option. If there's a not smelly option, it would be worthwhile looking into.
I would definitely be looking at some sort of option to reduce the smell. Like, I don't know how the other systems work. I'm not sure if it's infrastructure changes or chemical changes within the system itself. But if there are other municipalities, we can at least approach them and say, hey, what we do.
So would this go to Public Works?
Yeah, so I think what I would suggest is that first of all, thank you to this group who obviously put you know, a lot of effort into this, and it's obviously a clear concern for them. So thank you very much for bringing that to our attention. I feel that we should direct staff to look into this immediately and not wait to send it to Public Works so that they can then go and look at it. I think at this point, we can direct staff, direct administration to have Public Works Manager Hardy look into this and perhaps bring us an update at the next Public Works meeting, if there's time enough to do that. But bring it to his attention following this meeting tomorrow, and let's start looking at what the issue is here, because it's not fun to have that smell in your backyard. So I wasn't aware of it. I haven't been on that trail in a while, and I don't live down there, so.
It's the wind direction isn't constant that way. We're lucky it wasn't to the north of us.
Say, does it go as far as your house?
No, but I'm aware of it.
Okay. So that's the direction. You're okay with that,
Yeah.
Linda? Yes. Thank you. All right, 7B, Public Works, summer students, 2023. Thank you to all the summer students that applied. Very happy to have a full gamut of youth coming out this summer. So we have a resolution number 124-2023. Moved by Councillor Sakamoto, seconded by Councillor Hart, that this council hereby approves the hiring of the following students for 2023. Environmentalists, Cooper Cox, Wyatt Robbins Modine, Nick Nordland, and Aiden Robbins Modine. Pool staff, Journey Benson, Caleb Mangoff, Danica DeChico McNeil, Royland Benson, Brooklyn Ratcliffe, and Gracie John. Programmer, Callie Sutherland. All in favor?
Seasonal.
Oh, sorry, where did it?
Seasonal.
It's not on the, I'll add it on,
Okay, honey.
sorry. Seasonal. It's not on the resolution here, but I'll just add it, that's okay. Seasonal for Public Works. That's Hunter Mahoney. Okay, and so one more seasonal for Public Works, Hunter Mahoney. All in favor? Opposed? And carried. Okay. So we have resolution 125-2023 moved by Councillor Hart, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto, That the minutes of the Nipigon Recreation Committee of 2024 hereby adopted, and there seem to be some recommendations in there as well. I think that's what it says on my resolution. Okay, here are the recommendations. Moved by Celeste Manila, seconded by Lisa McGuire, that the Recreation Committee gives the, sorry for my pronunciation, Anishinaabewan Buada
ABC.
Committee, a discount rate of $100 per day of their requested rental days of June 12th and June 13th, 2023. And recommendation number 2, moved by Mike Elliott, seconded by Mike Blair, that the Recreation Committee accepts the exclusive donation from OPG of $4,000, which is Ontario Power Generation, to apply their logo only on the new scoreboard. So that has to do with an exclusive sponsorship for a new scoreboard, which is great. Congratulations to staff on forming that. Is there, before we go on though, is there any discussion on the minutes? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Any discussion on the minutes? Yeah, so, for me, under arena name, it says that Mayor Kuko brought forward if, a particular idea for the arena name. It actually wasn't myself in particular that brought it forward. I was bringing it forward on behalf of someone who approached me about it. That is not part of the community.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. I mean, I guess I'm okay with, I'm not sure how to say that in the minutes, but, if that can be adjusted, it just kind of sounds like it was my idea. It wasn't my idea.
Okay.
Maybe brought forward, from a citizen. But it wasn't it wasn't a citizen of Nipigon. Citizen of Lake Helen, I'll say. Councilor McKenzie, or Sakamoto, sorry.
You could see my Scottish roots.
That's right.
The girls' change room.
Yes.
We had discussed that many months ago,
Mhm.
and I remember in part of the discussion, we suggested, because it came to us, if there's space there and, you know, is there room to put that along with the storage of the stuff they normally store in the arena? And I remember asking the question about whether, yeah, we could work with staff that are there just to confirm that there's room to move things around. Because I think what's here is what we said before, that we were supportive of it and that the Elks would pay for it. But I never saw the question answered about the stuff that, yes, we can make
Where the
arrangement
stuff would go.
where the stuff that's stored there now.
Yeah.
Will go.
So you'd like to have maybe a report from staff to
Yeah,
find out
just
what the
something.
discussion was on where the
Yeah,
items in that storage area where they're proposing the girls' change room would go?
yeah,
Yes. Because I know that was a concern for some of
Start
the
planning.
attendants.
yeah.
Because if they're gonna, yeah, that's gotta be looked at for sure, and you're right, there's nothing in there about that, so. And there was one other thing I wanted to. I feel like there was something that I wanted to talk about in there. Oh, okay, yes. Is there anything else that anyone wanted to say before I have my? Okay, so I believe there was something in there about the canteen agreement and hours. So it looks like the committee discussed and went through entire agreement lease and made changes where they felt they were needed. I didn't see that agreement attached to these minutes.
No.
I would like to see that agreement, and I think that before anything gets put out to tender or anything, we need to have a policy, a clear policy on how that goes out to avoid any future issues.
Yeah.
Any issues in the business community of unfair competition and things like that. We really have to have a look at that agreement and have a look if there is a policy, and if there's not, then we need to get one going before it is tendered out. Okay?
Which agreement is that, I'm sorry?
That is, the agreement canteen agreement and hours. section.
Okay.
So we would like to, council, is giving administration direction to provide us with the agreement with the changes suggested by the recreation department and provide us with a policy, if there is one, of how the canteen is, I guess, tendered out.
When and how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'd like to have a discussion on that at the next, prior to anything being put out for tender. The council would like to look at that policy, or if there's not a policy, we need to work on a policy. Great one for that. Okay, I know that was a bit wordy, Linda, sorry. Okay, anything else from the recreation? Okay, so, resolution 125, 2023, moved by Councillor Hart, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto, that the minutes of the Nipigon Recreation Committee of April 24th, 2023 are hereby adopted, and recommendations 1 and 2 are approved. All in favor?
With,
With
yeah, with,
With
our direction.
with the changes, yeah, I'll add that. Are adopted with changes, I can say. Adaptations or whatever.
Yeah.
And recommendations 1 and 2 are approved. So it reads that the minutes of the Nipigon Recreation Committee of April 24th, 2023 are hereby adopted with changes, and recommendations 1 and 2 are approved. Okay, I'm gonna put that. Okay, all in favor? Opposed? And carried. EDC is next, 9A, minutes of May 10th, 2023. So this is resolution 126, 2023, moved by Councillor Sakamoto, seconded by Councillor Hart, that the minutes of the Nipigon Economic Development Committee on May 10th, 2023 are hereby approved. So, is there any comments or anything in regards to the EDC? Councillor Hart, you were in attendance, so I guess you can answer any questions that we might have. Councillor Sakamoto.
no, I asked a question. I see that you're looking at an electronic tourist information solution. Is this just still being looked at, or is it being
It's
recommended?
just looked at this point in time, it does actually look like very interesting technology, but being a technology person, I'm always wary of technology. But there are some very good things about it, and it could potentially fill some gaps, especially small communities like this one have.
Okay.
But we'll be talking about it at the next one a little more. We've given direction on some things, and we'll have a lot more information. And
Thank you.
And also see here that Glenn McCullough has resigned from the EDC committee as he is moving. So thank you for his presence on the committee. Thank you very much, Glenn, and sad to see you go.
as they do every couple of years.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So anything else? Any more discussion on those minutes? Okay. So 126-2023, moved by Councillor Sakamoto, seconded by Councillor Hart, that the minutes of the Nipigon Economic Development Committee on May 10th, 2023 are hereby approved. All in favor? Opposed? And carried. Okay, so this is where I declare pecuniary interest. So that is item 9B, Superior Country Membership 2023-2024. I'll just fill in the resolution number for you, Glenn, so that you know what you're in. Because Glenn, actually, Councillor McKenzie is the deputy mayor who would take over as chair, but since Councillor McKenzie is not here, the next in line is Councillor Hart. So I am declaring pecuniary interest, and at this point, I will take my leave, and you guys can have your discussion, and, just let me know when I can return.
Enjoy the coolness. Resolution 127 2023. This is Superior Country Membership Renewal Invoice. Basically, every year, we're a member of, the township is a member of Superior Country, and this is the renewal form, and the have the amount.
The invoice isn't attached.
That's what I'm looking.
Do you know how much it is now?
It's usually $1,000.
Yes, I do believe so, it's actually.
Yeah.
Here.
It just says attached on the renewal invoice.
Like it says on the resolution, but it doesn't say in the letter.
Oh, does it say that amount in the resolution?
Yeah, 1,000.
Okay, perfect. I think that's good value.
Yeah.
For what we get out of it.
Yeah.
I would support that, absolutely.
Well, all in favor? All opposed? Carried. So how do I write carried?
How it is. Linda knows what
Linda knows.
you want to see.
Yeah.
Are you letting the mayor?
I don't think they normally put it in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was, no, let her chill for a while. Maybe I'll go over
This just goes in the file.
Yeah.
Upside down.
Yeah. Probably it's just more time in the pool, but didn't work out.
Okay,
Probably.
so we're looking at 127. Did this resolution pass? Okay. So 128, okay. Okay, Edge Arts. So we have Edge Arts Program Facility Coordinator. Applications and the recommendation from Sumi and Kristen on the hiring. So we have resolution number 128, 2023. Moved by Councillor Sakamoto and seconded by Councillor Hart. That the minutes, oh, sorry, this is the board here. Do we have a resolution for the facility coordinator? I believe. I think if we do, may have gone out of order. No, I don't see one. No.
Okay.
So if you could write, no. No.
Okay, I don't have, this. Oh,
You can just write it on a piece of paper if you like.
Oh, this is close.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's. Yeah. So it would be the recommendation, and we can just follow the same wording as the student one, I guess. Students. That this council hereby approves the hiring of Courtney Van Horn as the Edge Arts Program and Facility Coordinator beginning September 2023.
okay, so I started with writing it.
Oh, you whatever, yeah, whatever you like. It means the same thing, it's all good. Okay, thank you. So we're looking at resolution number 128 2023. Recommend to hire Courtney Van Horn as the Edge Arts Facility Coordinator. Edge Arts program and program and facility coordinator to be accepted starting beginning September 2023. Yeah. So this is the recommendation to hire Courtney Van Horn as the Edge Arts Program Facility Coordinator to be accepted beginning September 2023. Moved by Councillor Sakamoto.
Did the lid come off my pen?
Seconded by Councillor Hart. All in favor? Opposed? And carried. Ten A, museum minutes of May 8th, 2023. So this is the resolution 129-2023, moved by Councillor Sakamoto, seconded by Councillor Hart. But the minutes of the Nipigon Museum Committee meeting of May 8th, 2023 are hereby approved and a recommendation. There's one recommendation to be approved. I think that would probably be at the end here. So recommendation to council to permit the museum committee to spend up to $2,000 in support of 50th anniversary events. This will include, but not exclusively, the purchase of a plaque for Race Dupree Sr. to induct him into the Fishing Hall of Fame, promotional material and photo reproductions for displays. The motion was made by Jim McCall and seconded by Rob Swenson, and the motion was carried. Is there any notes in there from CEO Packnine about any budgetary restrictions or?
No,
No.
as far as I know, this was fine.
Okay. Okay, so that the minutes of the Nipigon Museum Committee of May 8th, 2023 are hereby approved and recommendation 1 is approved. Is there any discussion before we approve that on this on the museum?
I'm just gonna say they're a hardworking, dedicated group with excellent minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, very detailed minutes.
Very good minutes.
Okay. So all in favor then? Opposed? And carried. Okay. Resolution 130, 2023. So this is a submission from myself that actually went through Public Works and got approved through Public Works, but because our Public Works manager was on a predetermined vacation, he was in a wedding party. He wasn't able to get the minutes through for today for approval, so I just put this in as a resolution, just because the date is coming up and the garbage is built up, and we just want to get this the town cleaned up. So yeah, so I would like to have a mayor's community cleanup. I think it's a kind of a neat little way to promote the day, and it's something, it's a green community, and the environment is something that's very close to my heart, and so I would like to attach my name to it. So yeah. Any discussion
We already discussed it at the public works meeting.
So resolution 130/2023, moved by Counselor Hart, seconded by Counselor Sakamoto. That this council hereby declares the last Thursday of May as the annual Mayor's Community Cleanup Day, with the first annual being held on May 25th, 2023. All in favor? Opposed? And carried. So with that, as we discussed at our public works meeting, I think it was Kristen, Dutill that was sort of, going to be organizing any kind of community cleanup. So just direct, administration for her to get a hold of me so that we can coordinate. Cause I'd like to be there, present on the cleanup day, of course, and, anything that I can help with, because I know staff are very busy, and anything that I can help with in the coordination of that, I'd be happy to help with them. So just have her contact me at her convenience. Okay. 11B, audio video recordings of council meetings, draft policy. So we have a draft policy here for the audio and video recordings of council meetings. So this is something that I brought up just because I think there should be a policy for this. Just to keep things consistent, you know, for instance, like how within how many 48 hours or 72 hours or whatever, that once a council meeting is done, when can people expect it to be posted and shared on Facebook, so people know that it's posted. And I don't. Does anybody have any comments or questions about the policy?
I'm just.
Yeah, go ahead.
Question, comment, just in the first step of the procedure. In the first sentence, it mentioned these recorded minutes form the official record of the township. But then it goes on to say audio video recordings of meetings in no way detracts or undermines the position of approved minutes as the official record of decision. Audio recordings are considered to be temporary record. I find some of that a little confusing and maybe conflicts each other. Certainly we do need an official record. But I get that sometimes these audio recordings have been helpful when we're trying to, when there's some miscommunication and we're not sure what was said, we've been able to go back to the audio recordings. But I don't know if we want to make audio recordings our official record.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably, and the CAO can check on this, but I'm sure there's probably something in the municipal act that says there has to be written record of the meetings, probably the minutes, which would be the official. Okay. Yeah, and I'm thinking probably the video and audio recordings are for transparency and for
the official would be resolutions at least.
And yeah,
that's your official.
But we should then talk about record retention. If this isn't the official record, I think it's 7 years maybe that we're supposed to keep official records. How long would we like to keep these, knowing they take up a lot of space, but they do contain some important information.
So you're saying in the policy that there should be something in the policy that says how long we keep those online, and then we can remove them or keep them on
a hard drive.
On a hard drive?
We should have a record retention.
Okay.
So
it becomes a historical aspect at any time, and I'm completely against deleting data of any sort, and I've always fought against that.
Well, and I know
I do
I know from my information management days that there is an official record, and that's kept for however long you feel to keep an official record. There's information gathering records, which you don't have to keep as long, but sometimes it's important to keep. And then there's transitory records that are just, are you coming to the meeting tonight? And those should be deleted you know, regularly. To save space, all that kind of space, right?
Yeah.
So, do you wanna make a, like, sort of a recommendation to the change? You wanna say, you know, this is just from what I'm hearing you, is that keep them online for a year, keep them on a hard drive indefinitely? Or, 10 years or
5 years,
5 years?
7 years.
yeah, so for a number of years,
Yeah, I would transfer them to the museum, because they do become historical.
If the technology holds up, so they still work.
so be on
Yeah.
transfer to hard drive after they're removed, so they can be accessed. I
So,
mean, you
so
never know when
access
you
for a
might
year
take
on
over.
the website.
Yeah. Okay. That's one.
I think to remember too, anything that goes on the website is technically, and you can pull it off.
Mhm. And save it for
Yeah.
however long. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other comments?
Yeah. Well, there is a cost to doing that because it takes storage.
Well, I'm not sure what we use for store, it's all on YouTube.
Oh, so it doesn't, okay, you know more about that site.
Yeah, there's a lot like that. The council meetings here go to YouTube, do they not?
Yes,
So I don't know if we have a paid plan with YouTube or we just upload it to the channel. Usually there's different variations on YouTube.
So we can have administration look into the more long-term. What that would
If
involve.
there's a
even-
cost, yeah.
Yeah, if there are costs, because I know YouTube videos. I was watching one today from a very long time ago.
Hmm. I'm gonna just talk about item number 5. So the audio and or video of the recorded meetings will be available on the Township of Nipigon's YouTube channel. I would like to, just for consistency, so people will know when these things will be posted. I would like to recommend that added on to their, I think 48 hours is a reasonable ask, within 48 hours of the meeting that they be posted. But also the link shared on Facebook, because people don't always just think about going and searching it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think people, just like to go on Facebook and click on the link, and it's super easy to just go and see what was the next, like the latest council meeting, right?
But yeah, you can
So-
embed it right on.
I'll suggest within 48 hours, item number 5, if you can add within 48 hours, the council meetings are posted to you, or uploaded to YouTube, and the link posted on Facebook or social media, whatever that happens to be in the 10 years or so.
Whatever it
media.
is.
Social media channel. And then, so this is, obviously, this is not gonna get passed today because there's some changes to it. So if that's unreasonable for some reason, Linda, I think it's you that do it anyway, that does that anyway. So
No,
if
I
that's
don't.
unreasonable, okay. If staff can check to see if that's unreasonable and there's another suggestion, then that would be fine as well, but that's just the suggestion there. I would also like to add in there somewhere that we have the policy as well. It's stated at the beginning of the meeting, maybe after our land acknowledgement, that this meeting is going to be recorded. Just so, again, privacy, people should know that this is being recorded. We all do, but there might be a presenter or something that is not aware, and I think it's probably a good idea, and then audience members might not always be aware too, so I think that should be added in there as well. Okay, I think that's it for me. So anything else from you guys on the policy? So we're gonna defer that, Linda, to the next meeting, if those changes can be made, and then maybe our new council member and Councillor McKenzie might also have something to add at the next meeting, but.
So the next draft. For the next.
Yeah, the next draft for the next meeting, if that would be good. Okay. So we have 11C, National Chronic Pain Society opioid crisis. So this is sorry. Next on our agenda. And it doesn't,
It's not on the agenda, but it's in the list.
it's on the list, but it's not on the agenda, so we're gonna add 11BB. If I can do that onto the agenda, because it's in the package, but it's not on the agenda. And I think would probably have a resolution involved with this as well. So, this is a proclamation. Whereas Pride Month is celebrated every June worldwide to commemorate eventful moments in the fight for equitable and inclusive spaces, laws, and policies for LGBTQ plus individuals. And whereas Pride Month further raises awareness of LGBTQ plus, 2+ lived experiences and promotes the visibility of LGBTQ 2+ people. And whereas Pride Month raises awareness and understanding of the LGBTQ2+ community while promoting equity, inclusivity, and greater acceptance of diversity. Therefore, be it resolved that on behalf of the Corporation of the Township of Nipigon, I, Mayor Suzanne Kuko, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2023 as Pride Month in the Township of Nipigon. I don't know if we need a resolution for that one, but we might want to make one up just in case, Linda.
Okay.
Something like that. Council hereby approves or
Yeah,
accepts the proclamation of
yeah,
Pride Month in the Township of Nipigon, something simple like that. I don't even know if we need it.
At those required, because we have.
Yes, yeah, so what I'll do is, recommend that we also direct staff to arrange for the raising of the flag. June 1st or 2nd, I think it's a Thursday or a Friday, whatever day. But anyways, you can grab that resolution and I'll let you do that first.
Okay. So
That
therefore, on behalf of the.
this council, accepts, the proclamation, the mayor's proclamation to declare the month of June 2023 as Pride Month in the Township of Nipigon.
I feel like I'm just a globe.
I know.
While you're reading, Suzanne, can you flip back to the hirings? I missed one person.
Yes.
Swimming pool.
Yeah.
Everybody except for the last person. Please leave. Only somebody to know.
Okay, swimming pool, Jeremy Benson,
Yeah.
Caleb Mango, Danica,
Who's
you
that?
have Danica,
Oh, yeah, Danica, yeah,
Royland,
yeah,
Brooklyn,
yeah.
and Gracie John.
Oh, I'm still missed that.
And the programmer is Kelly. So,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry.
that's okay. For the pool, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 4 environmentalistic school.
If you want, right?
No, I think we can probably just direct to do that, yeah. So this is resolution 131-2023. That this council accepts the mayor's proclamation to declare June 2023 as Pride Month in the Township of Nipigon. Moved by.
Something in the goddamn theater again.
Moved by Councillor Sakamoto. Seconded by Councillor Hart. Thank you. All in favor? Opposed? And carried. So we'll direct staff to organize a date, either maybe June 1st or June 2nd at the beginning of the month, to raise the pride flag at the Rotary Park. And if you could send out an invitation to the media as well as council to let us know when that's going to be happening, that would be great.
I also mentioned that when you raise the flags, there are specific rules for flying them with Canadian flags. Any flags. Sometimes they've missed those rules, and I've heard about it.
Okay.
There are very specific rules about how to arrange the flags. especially in
Which
relation,
order?
in relation specifically to the Canadian flag.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, next we have sundries, C, National Chronic Pain Society opioid crisis. 132-2023, moved by Councillor Sakamoto, seconded by Councillor Hart, that this council hereby requests that the government of Ontario maintain OHIP coverage for chronic pain treatments and continue to provide much needed care for the people of Ontario. So this was a request for us from the National Chronic Pain Society. All in favor? Opposed and carried. We have Parks Canada Shorelines newsletter. That's just for informational purposes. Okay. 11E Enbridge locate charge. So I believe at our last meeting, we had supported the request from the Township of Shunya in their opposition to locate charging to third party and for-profit locate requesters. So we did receive a letter from Enbridge just clearing that up a little bit. And again, this is just for information purposes. Okay, then we have the Thunder Bay District Social Services Board 2022 report. Is there any questions about that one? Okay. Again, that's for information. 11G, Nipigon Public Library minutes of February and March 2023. So we don't have a resolution to accept those minutes. I think those are just, I guess, officially information minutes or for information. Any questions or concerns about that? Item 11H, Association of Municipalities of Ontario correspondence. So, this is again, just newsletters for information. And then, 11I, other municipal resolutions, Town of Lincoln, Municipal Heritage Registrar. So this is resolution 133/2023, moved by Councillor Hart, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto. That this council hereby supports the Township of Lincoln's resolution encouraging the government of the province of Ontario to maintain the previous provisions of section 27 of the Ontario Heritage Act, which promotes the retention and expansion of the Municipal Heritage Register, sorry. All in favor? Opposed and carried. Okay. Now we just need to go back to 134. We need to go back to number 4A. So Rosalie did not come to present her report, which is all right. I mean, we did have the written report, so if there are any questions, we can follow up with her. So this will now be resolution number 134, 2023, moved by Councillor Sakamoto, seconded by Councillor Hart, that this council hereby accepts the Integrity Commissioner's report as provided by Integrity Commissioner Rosalie Evans and directs staff to post such report on the Township of Nipigon's website once approved. All in favor? Opposed?
Okay.
I think it has to be
It
posted.
can
on-
get posted?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be a public,
Okay,
it's part of the,
part of the process?
the regulations, yeah. All in favor and carried. Okay, so if anyone's interested in reading that report, it will be posted on our website at some point soon. Okay, before we go into in camera, does anyone have any other business to discuss? Councillor Hart, we'll start with you.
No,
No.
I'm okay.
Counselor Sakamoto? Okay. And I don't think I have anything in there. Deputy Clerk Maruby, do you have anything to bring? No, okay. Okay, so this is resolution number 135 00 or 2023. Moved by Counselor Hart, seconded by Counselor Sakamoto, that this council do now convene to an in-camera session to discuss identifiable individuals for council vacancy. All in favor? Opposed and carried. So we'll ask
As I
audience
leave,
members.
Susan, no, as I leave, when we were talking about that package.
Mhm.
Could it not be an ordinary package and any sensitive stuff be a second page that only you people are privy to?
Yeah, so we're going putting the owl back on. Okay, so we are back in open session. Resolution 137, 2023, moved by Counselor Sakamoto, seconded by Counselor Hart. That this council hereby accepts the application of Gail Westhaver to fill the Township of Nipigon's council vacancy for the 2022 to 2026 term. All in favor? Opposed? And carried? So on behalf of the council, I'd like to congratulate Gail Westhaver on being appointed to our council for 2022 to 2026. And we look forward to having her here. And just for anyone who is who would like to know, the new council member would be sworn in on June 6th, which is our next council meeting. Okay, if anyone would like to attend that. Resolution 138-2023, moved by Counselor Hart, seconded by Counselor Sakamoto, that this meeting do now adjourn. All in favor? And carried. Thank you, everybody.
June 6th.